Welcome back. Some of the best classical musicians around the world will be performing music from some of the best composers of all time this week in Portland.
Joining us this morning to talk about the annual Portland Chamber Music Festival is Alic Kornhauser. She is the executive director of the event. Alic, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
No people know what classical music is now. For those who don't know what chamber music is, what is it?
Yes, so we take a big tent approach to chamber music. So as far as we are concerned, it is a small number of musicians playing together, generally one on a part, as opposed to an orchestra where you have maybe 10 violins all playing the same part. So a small number of players, one on a part, playing in a small space for a small audience. So it's very intimate. So like folk music, jazz, any kind of genre. For the Chamber Music Festival in August, we tend to focus on classical and contemporary music.
Now, does it have to be a specific string instrument like a cello or violin? No?
Nope. All instruments are welcome.
Okay.
This week coming up, the concerts that we have do focus on string instruments. We have a string orchestra that is coming, and also piano.
The Chamber Festival started last Thursday. How did everything go over the weekend?
Oh my gosh. It is so beautiful hearing chamber music in Portland, Maine in August in Stevens Square Theater. It's this really lovely, very comfortable venue, great lighting, and people, I think, are really eager to put down their phones, turn off Netflix, come be in community with people listening to really exquisite music.
Now, we did mention some of the best composers of all time will be featured. Want to dive into it? Who are some of those composers?
Well, this week, what people are going to hear is some better-known composers and also some lesser-known composers. We also have the Maine premiere of a brand new work by actually one of our pianists. Henry Kramer grew up in Cape Elizabeth, so his name might be familiar to a lot of local audiences. And he has been commissioned to write a solo piece, and so we'll be premiering that.
How exciting.
I know, he's amazing. And the piece is all about, it's a tone poem all about growing up in Cape Elizabeth. So like the first movement is about Trundy Point, and then there's another movement about a cemetery, I can't remember which one, but it's a very heartfelt, really, really lovely piece. We'll also be playing music by Dvorak, by Bartok, by Grieg, an amazing concerto by Liszt. So the list goes on.
Let's go back to Henry. How exciting this must be. He grew up in Cape Elizabeth to be able to have the world premiere right here in the greater Portland area, which includes Cape Elizabeth.
Yes, so Maine premiere. The world premiere was actually in New York where it was commissioned. But yes, there's a huge local audience interest, people who know Henry, and musicians and like many creative artists rarely have a single artistic expression. A lot of musicians are also visual artists. A lot of dancers are also doing lots of other things. So for Henry, who has an amazing career as a concert pianist and as a teacher, to be exercising his inner compositional voice is really exciting for everyone, for him to express and for all of us to experience.
Now, celebrating a birthday or anniversary, the East Coast Chamber Orchestra it turns 25 this year. That's a big monument, right?
It is. So this is an amazing group. So our artistic director, Melissa Reardon, when she was in college, put together this group with friends and colleagues, and so 25 years ago. And they love making music so much together. They all now have careers all over the world. So they're people that are principal players and orchestras and on faculty and at conservatories all over. But they come together once a year or so and do a little tour just because they love making music together. And so the combination of world-class music making and like genuine affection for each other is it's really palpable. It's really, really fun to experience. And so 25 years, we're excited to lift a glass to them.
How do you get people that claim they don't like classical music to come and watch classical music or a chamber festival, chamber concert like this? Like, that's elevator music. How do you get them so jazzed about this?
This is your pitch.
Yeah, okay. So, well, first of all, these are some of the best artists in the world. And so there's something really special about seeing that level of artistry regardless of genre. So, so just knowing that we're bringing, you know, really amazing musicians. But you know, if you listen to the radio or if you go on Spotify and you sort of get a feed, genre has much less meaning than it used to. And so just being open to, oh, I didn't know that was what it was going to sound like. We program a very, very wide diversity. It is not all classical chamber music. And actually, I will put in a plug for this Franz Bieber piece, which is the first piece on the Thursday night concert.
Ooh.
So this was written in the late 1600s. This is a Baroque piece, and it's supposed to be imagery of an army camp. And so like you hear, you know, snare drums, and this is all string instruments. And so there's one movement that's supposed to be like drunken drinkings, like drunken songs. So they're sitting around the camp and, you know, it's all different songs that are sort of cacophony.
Yeah.
And so you think, you know, you think classical music, oh, it's so beautiful, elevator music. No, it's like Crazy Town. And it's really fun and so very colorful and really not at all what you would expect from a classical concert.
I love how you talk about it. It's getting me really excited. Do people need to buy tickets for this? How does this work?
Yes, so tickets are available through PortTix or on our website, pcmf.org, and there are tickets available. It's a pretty large venue for chamber music, and it's general admission seating. You just come and find a seat and enjoy the show.
Yeah, right there at Stevens Avenue at the old Macaulay High School, just in case people want to know. So thanks for coming on, Alic.
Oh, thanks so much for having us.